Is anybody else getting Big Bird vibes from my sweater? Or is that just me? I don't know, but anyways, welcome to today's video. So if this is the first video you're ever seeing of me ever, hi, welcome to my channel. If you've seen me before and you know who I am, hey, welcome to my channel. Nice to have you back. My name is Lacey and I'm currently pregnant. I'm 19 years old and I just recently finished my second trimester. I'm now in my third trimester. I'm actually 29 weeks pregnant, so I'm like a week into my third trimester. So I've been slacking a little, but I just have not been feeling good and I finally feel like back to normal today, at least a little. I think it's the sweater. The yellow is like such a happy color, so I'm just gonna say it's the sweater that's giving me a good vibes, good mood, you know? But I did not document my second trimester very well, just because I was feeling so sick for most of the time, and just like not myself, which I want to talk about in today's video. So this is going to be like a second trimester recap, but just know that I am now in my third trimester, a week into it, and I am notorious for talking and rambling, so I'm gonna try not to do that. So let's get into these questions. All right, so the first question is, how big is the baby? If you don't know, I am having a girl, so I just say baby girl or little girl or whatever. That's what I call her because we aren't sharing the name until she's born. That's just something we've decided to do. I just go based off of this app. She hasn't been measured since like 20 weeks, I think, when I had my anatomy scan. She hasn't been measured since, so I have the exact measurements of what she was at my anatomy scan. Okay, so I had my anatomy scan at 22 weeks and 2 days, and she was 1 pound and 4 ounces. So yeah, I don't remember how long she was, but that's how big she was. She hasn't been measured since, like I said, but I do have an ultrasound in 3 weeks, and this app says that she is as big as a head of cauliflower. I just use the what to expect when you're expecting app. It also estimates that she's between 2.5 and 3 pounds and 15.5 and 16 inches. So that's super exciting. She's getting bigger. The next topic is new symptoms, and really quick, this is something that I wanted to have my thoughts collected for because there is something I want to talk about before I talk about my new symptoms and just things that I have been going through with my second trimester that I feel like don't get talked about a lot. I have gotten a few comments. There's just really this one that I want to address. It was from a man, so it's like already like but basically this man had told me that he just like wrote a really nasty comment saying that I shouldn't be complaining and I should be grateful for that I have a baby, and pregnancy isn't that hard, kind of just invalidating my feelings and you know, invalidating what I'm actually going through, because in the video I had talked about how I wasn't feeling good. I just want to say that pregnancy, some women experience the easiest pregnancies, and then some women experience super hard times during their pregnancies, and both of those experiences are valid. And then I feel like most people kind of fall into the middle, but everybody's experience is valid, and I think that my experience is valid. And that's kind of all I wanted to say on that. So in my second trimester, I started to feel a lot of pain in my body. I wasn't showing a lot in the beginning. I even, in fact, could fit into my pre-pregnancy pants up until like 24 weeks. I could still fit into my pants, and I didn't have to wear like the pregnancy belly pants or anything like that, or leggings. Leggings were the most comfortable thing though, but I could still button and breathe in my regular pants. So and partially that was because during my first trimester I lost a lot of weight because I couldn't keep anything down, and I had a really hard time with nausea, which I've talked about in my first trimester recap video. So I'm not going to talk about that a lot in this video, I promise. But I started to feel a lot of pain. I felt like my body was finally catching up with like gaining weight and, you know, being like looking pregnant, and that took a hard toll on my body. So my back started hurting, my pelvis, like literally, and like even now it's like worse now. So yeah, but it started in my second trimester. My pelvis hurts so bad. It has gotten to like the point where some days it's so hard to even walk and like do normal things, and that's so frustrating to me because I just want to be able to do stuff. And then like I'll be like so excited, I'll wake up so excited because I have so many videos planned for the day, and I just want to like work and get back to normal and do normal things, like normal Lacey things. And then I get out of bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, like I have to get right back into bed because it is just too painful. I've also had like a kind of a cold for the past, or not even a cold, but like you get like stuffy noses when you're pregnant. I feel like nobody really talks about that. Like it's like you're sick kind of, but you're fine. So I've had like a stuffy nose and just feeling kind of yucky. I have gotten back like the nausea feeling of my first trimester. Definitely not as bad because that was pretty horrible, but I kind of feel like I have the flu every day for the past like 3 weeks, so it hasn't been super pleasant. But I would say that even though all of these hard things are happening, I am still extremely grateful to have a baby and to have a healthy baby. It's just not easy some days, and that's okay. The next question is, do I get nauseous as much? So like I had mentioned previously, my first trimester was really horrible in the nausea department, which is completely normal, but I just couldn't keep anything down, and I was throwing up like anywhere between like 5 to 8 times a day. I would say that my nausea is definitely better, and I only really ever throw up in the morning when I wait too long to eat. So I have to eat breakfast like 30 minutes after I wake up, or I'm gonna be throwing up for the rest of the day, and it's just not a good day. Next is the hardest part of my second trimester. I would have to say that the hardest part was the heartburn. I had never experienced heartburn ever in my life before being pregnant, and so I didn't really even know what it felt like. And then my second trimester hit and I knew exactly what it felt like. So that has caused me, and I usually get it at like night too, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night, like I'll go to sleep fine, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night with like raging heartburn, and it's kind of just something that I have all the time. That has been super frustrating. It's hard for me to sleep now, so I would say that that's like the hardest part. It's just like kind of feeling like my heart is on fire all the time. I would say that's the hardest part, and then obviously like the pain with walking now most of the time, that kind of sucks. But yeah. All right, I feel like I've been complaining, so we're gonna move on to something a little lighter. What's the best part of the second trimester? So I started feeling her move during the second trimester kind of a little bit later than maybe usual. It is my first baby, and I know that you do feel most of the time. I can't speak for every woman, obviously every pregnancy is different, but this is just what my doctor told me. So he told me that women in their first pregnancies don't feel the baby move until a little later, around like 18 to 22 weeks. I started feeling her move around 21 weeks, and that to me was so special. And you couldn't even like see from the outside that she was moving, but I could feel her on the inside moving. Now obviously she's bigger, and so you can see her move from the outside, like you can see her like jab me and poke me and stuff, and I think that's so special, and it's so weird but also like kind of reassuring, you know, that she's okay in there. So I think that's like the most beautiful thing probably, and like the best thing about my second trimester was finally seeing her move. I just thought that was really special. How much weight have I gained during this pregnancy? This is something that I didn't know if I was going to talk about, because just like, I feel like all women, I feel like it's like a kind of a universe, or not even just women, but everybody kind of, at least probably once in their life, experiences some kind of like, shame with either gaining weight or how their body looks. And your body changing during pregnancy can be really hard. It definitely was for me at first, but so I'm not gonna talk about like the number before, like I'm not gonna say like how much I do weigh, but I'll definitely share how much I have gained. So like I said, in my first trimester I lost a lot of weight because I couldn't keep anything down. But since then, I've actually gained like 17 pounds, somewhere around there. And like I said, it was really, really hard at first, and I feel like nobody really talks, especially on YouTube, like nobody really talks about like how much weight they've gained or what they were before pregnancy or what they are after pregnancy. And I feel like that's something that I really want to do and like document like my postpartum body and stuff like that, because I feel like that's important and it's real. But I have gained 17 pounds, and like I said, I'm 29 weeks, and I don't know like the actual range you're supposed to gain. I think it's like 30 pounds. I know women who gain like 70, and I think that all of that is completely normal, and as long as you're healthy and your doctor says it's fine, then you're fine. Do I look up to or watch any other mommy YouTubers? Not intentionally. I wouldn't say that's something like I go out of my way to watch. If I need like advice or something, then I'll watch a video. But I kind of just love that I grew up with these certain people and then they just like became moms. So two notable people who are actually pregnant right now, or were pregnant during my pregnancy. Aspen Ovard, I watched her since her channel was like Hot Brilliance or something like that. It wasn't even called Aspen Ovard. So I've watched her forever, and I feel like she's like a big sister to me, even though she literally has no idea who I am. But she just had a baby named Lola, and I think that name is so cute. You know how I feel about the double L's. So anyways, but yeah, so I unintentionally watched her become a mom. And then also another person that I watched who I unintentionally watched become a mom is Colleen. Growing up, I was in love with Miranda Sings. Like, I would impersonate her and like put on the lipstick and everything. I feel like that's something that a bunch of YouTube kids did, but I loved her, and now she's a mom, and I know she has twins. She's pregnant with twins right now, which is insane, and I'm so happy for her, and I know that she's struggling right now. So it's kind of nice to see somebody who is being so real about their pregnancy on YouTube. So that's really helped me, and I'm sure it's helping other people. This has been like the #1 question since I got pregnant. That sounds bad. But what cravings do I have? I don't really have any weird ones, and everybody wants to see like weird pregnancy cravings that I have. I don't really have any weird pregnancy cravings. I would say that I am craving more like sweet things, and the only things I've really craved are like Eggos and then like donuts. But like very specific, like the chocolate glazed like cake donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Like that's what I wanted so bad, and I accidentally made Eli and my dad go on like this whole search for these donuts. But it was like a Friday morning, and that's usually when like businesses bring their employees donuts and stuff, you know. It's like a Friday because it's like, oh, the end of the week, the weekend or whatever. So there was like no donuts anywhere because everybody was like bringing donuts to work or something. So I did not get that pregnancy craving, and I will say that I cried about it. I have been super emotional for the past like 3 weeks. So that does go into my second trimester. Been super emo, and I definitely cried about donuts, which looking back is really ridiculous, but it is what it is. I just wanted donuts so bad. And for the final thing, a bump update. So I'm gonna just show you in my mirror over here. Baby be poppin' recently. So I'm also wearing biker shorts, and I think I got lotion on them, so they might be a little dirty, but don't judge me, okay? So this is, oh, I can't even see. This is my belly right now. So she's definitely way big, and she's not even done growing yet. So woo. That will be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and following me along on my pregnancy journey. I promise that I will do a better job of, you know, documenting it. I just feel like recently I don't want to be negative, And recently I've not been having good experiences. Like yesterday I tried to vlog and I was crying all day. I was so emo yesterday for some reason. And looking back, I'm like, wow, that was really stupid of me. And I only want to really vlog positive things because I don't want to be a negative Nancy. Nobody wants to see that. But I also want to be as real with you guys as possible. So I am stuck. I'm stuck. Anyways, I love you guys and thank you so much for putting up with me and watching my videos. I love you and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!